Now that I've edited it, now that it's been edited, now that I've done an editing pass, Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Emily, and this is part 2 to my NaNoWriMo challenge to serialize my science fiction novellas in Dying Starlight. Part 1 to this challenge was drafting the first novella, and you guys can go watch that video. I will remember to link it in the description. Probably. Today is Wednesday, November 10th. It's almost 11 o'clock, and I am starting this portion of the challenge with no internet. But that does throw this project through just the tiniest bit of a loop, because the goal for this week on the bullet journal calendar is to start editing the second book of In Dying Starlight, which has been previously drafted, and now I just need to make sure it ties in with book 1. But that draft, the most recent draft of book 2, is in my Google Docs folders. I have an old draft on my computer, but it's not up to date enough to edit. What I can do starting today is start going through book 1, because I wrote it in my Scrivener document. It's right here on my computer. It's totally fine, and that definitely needs a lot of editing because the first chapters of that are going to be posted at the end of this month. So I know this isn't a fantastic intro because I can't really talk about what I'm going to do because I don't have the documents. Other than that, once the internet comes back up, I will get my documents and start editing. I will say that the first thing I need to do with In Dying Starlight is make sure all the minor characters have names, because names are the bane of my existence, and I hardly ever pick them out until later. But since I'm serializing this, I really need to pick out my names. Also, one of my major notes as I was going through the story was I need to expand upon the world building for this specific novella. All the novellas are science fiction. They're about a cyborg bounty hunter and his sort of robotic badger companion. And each novella, they're basically planet hopping to a different planet, so we got lots of environments and lots of different things to work on. And this first planet that they're on is not expanded enough in the world building, so that's probably one of the first things I'm going to do. You need the correct atmosphere. My next deadline after editing In Dying Starlight 2 would be Friday the 19th to get the In Dying Starlight cover created. Obviously that is over a week away. Yeah, that's 9 days away, so sometime in this vlog you will probably see me working on that, and I'll show you guys the process for that. Until then, I'm just going to be working on freelance stuff that doesn't take internet, editing these videos for you guys, and working in my Scrivener document. Okay, ladies and germs, it's Monday, I don't know the date, the 15th. It's the 15th. Over the weekend, I accomplished things. I got my internet back up and running on Friday, so I did get the second In Dying Starlight book, but instead of starting on the edits with that, as was the plan, I just figured that continuing on with editing book number 1 would be the smarter idea. So I did that, and yesterday on Sunday I accomplished that. So the first major rounds of edits are done. It was a surprisingly clean draft. I didn't actually have to change that much about it. It's still around 16,000 words. I added stuff in and took stuff out, and it's at 16,263 words right now. And technically it's probably good enough to post online, but I'm staying with the plan. I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm going to, now that I've edited it, now that it's been edited, now that I've done an editing pass, I'm gonna let it sit. I'm gonna let my mom read it because she wants to read it. I'm going to work on book 2 and 3, and I have things to say about book 2. And then I will reread book 1 one more time before I post it, and I think I'm going with a Monday-Wednesday schedule for my posting, so it'll probably be Monday the 29th that the first chapter goes up. Book 2. Before I continue on with this thought, let me explain to you the timeline of which these were written in case these are the first videos you're seeing me talk about this. I wrote the first 5 in Dying Starlight books first, and then I decided to expand upon them, which is what you're seeing me go through the process of now. The first In Dying Starlight book I ever wrote was almost 3 years ago now. I wrote it during my first year at university. It's not good. Don't get me wrong, the plot works. The writing is not. I was just skimming through it the other day, looking at it. If I sat down and edited it the normal way, I would have to rewrite huge chunks as I was editing and then pretty much edit almost every sentence to begin with. I think the smartest thing for me to do would be to do what I did with Project Faye, which is have the old version up in one document and have a new document up. For the stuff that's actually decent, I can copy paste it over, but that will be very little of it. I think the most time efficient way and the way that gives me the least amount of headache and hating the story will be to rewrite it. Rewrite like 80% of it. The character's voice also feels completely off because I wrote this book 3 years ago and now I have just written the 6th novella that I have been with these characters, so now I know Aaron's personality. Aaron's the main character. I know Aaron's personality so much better now that book 2 just feels way out of place. My original schedule was edit book 2 last week, edit book 1 this week, and draft book 3 next week. So obviously I switched that up because I edited book 1 last week. So this week I think I can rewrite book 2 and then still at least draft most of book 3 next week. And the reason I want to draft so much for this challenge is because once I start posting these chapters, having a consistent schedule is just about the best thing I can do on these serialization websites that I'll be posting on. So I want to be solid on a couple books ahead of schedule. I have no idea if any of that made sense whatsoever. I'm going to try to edit this video in a way that makes it not confusing to all you poor people who aren't inside my head and are just trying to listen to my explanations. This week's gonna be a huge week. I also need to work on the cover and work on fixing the website. The website should not be a big thing. Okay, I'm feeling excited and like really chatty, but I don't have anything else to say, so I should probably, do my story. The computer is here. Oh no, one thing. In my outlines folder, I made a new page just to catalog Aaron's injuries throughout the series. I realized at some point that I had forgotten about one of his minor injuries, and I'll need to at least address that somewhere in book 2. It was already sort of the running joke in my head for this series that literally nothing can go right for this character. He gets in so many fights, and he gets in like 2 crashes in a spaceship within the span of like 3 short books. He has so many injuries throughout this series, and I need to remember what they all are and address at like what point that he's healing and feeling better, because he gets in so many fights. So yeah, he has 3 injuries from book 1 alone. He will get in a major wreck in book 2. Okay, I need to write. Hi folks. Pardon the fact that this is what I look like today. We're just gonna work with it. I'm in the middle of writing, but I wanted to update you guys because the house is quiet. Day before yesterday, I wrote 1,400 words. Yesterday, I wrote 1,200 words. This morning, I've written 1,200 words. Today, I'm definitely playing catch up a little bit. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be out of town visiting relatives. It's just a day trip, but I'm pretty sure that when I get back tomorrow evening, I will have the motivation of a snail to work on this story. So today I'm hoping to get a little bit extra done on the rewriting of book 2. By Friday I wanted to have my cover done. I think I'm gonna have to push that probably until Sunday, along with the website updates. This is why I set the goal for that earlier than the end of the month, because I knew I would have to probably push it out a couple of days. So I'm 3,000 words into book 2. 3,800 words into rewriting book 2. I was right, and it's a good idea that I was rewriting this. There's some good stuff I'm transferring over, but even the good stuff I'm transferring over is usually getting highly edited. This is faster and easier for my brain than editing would have been. Also, I will say I absolutely, without a doubt, just adore this series. I know I said that with zero excitement, but I'm really tired today. I love these characters so much. It's nice to now have the perspective on the rest of the series, having written 4 more books after these 2. It's nice that I can emphasize the things I want to emphasize about Aaron's character so that there's more of an impact for when things happen to him later on and he changes. Okay, I was on a roll before I got on the camera, so let's write. Hello, I'm just popping on here to say that though I probably look more schlumpy than I did this morning, I have rewritten 4,500 words today in the last 3 hours. I'm not done. I'm on a roll. I'm still going. I guess when I'm tired, my brain's just like, yeah, we'll just focus on this one thing and not care about anything else. Oh, and also that I just kicked the crap out of my main character again. So Aaron is really going through it. He went through it in the first book, and I upped the game. He's really going through it, the poor guy. Aaron, I'm sorry, it's not going to get any better from here. So now I'm 7,163 words into book 2, and let's just keep going. Hello and welcome back. It's Wednesday the 24th, the day before Thanksgiving. This is the first time in a week I've had a chance to film anything. So the update as far as NaNoWriMo goes is I'm not going to hit the 50,000 words. I'm getting near the end of the rewrite of book 2, and I would have to really hustle on writing book 3 if I wanted to hit that 50k, and like I mentioned, the 50k for Nano was like the secondary goal. The first goal, which I'm doing well on, is to... You guys have seen the videos. You know what my goal is for the month. So though it is very unlikely that I will hit the 50,000 words, we're doing good. Last Wednesday, I ended up rewriting 6,000 words on In Dying Starlight 2. That was a fun day. I was just in the zone the entire day. The day after that is the day I was gone for the day. I was visiting family. I only wrote 200 words. The Friday after that, I was still schlumpy and kind of and I only wrote 800 words. The Saturday after that, 2,200 words, then 2,000 words, 1,600 words, and yesterday I rewrote 4,000 words. Book 2 is sitting at right about 19,500 words. It's probably going to end up being around the 24,000 words that the original version was, because I've taken out a lot of stuff, but I've also added in a lot of new stuff. It'll probably round itself out to about the same 24,000 or 25,000 words. So I am nicely on track to finish that by the end of the month. I will probably start book 3 just because momentum is great, but either today or tomorrow I will be finishing the rewrite of book 2, and throughout the week I'm going to be focusing on editing book 1 so it's 100% ready to post. Today is where I'm going to end the second part of the vlog, because if I kept going on this it would just be way too many things in one vlog. But I will say that the other thing I got on my bullet journal deadline was by Sunday the 21st, I did fix my website up. I went ahead and decided that buying the domain name indyingstarlight.com is, a whole $13 a year. So I went ahead and got it. I can afford that. I spent way more time than I was expecting on it, as one does. I've just got a home page. I'm gonna have a little about page where I need to write a blurb and put it on there, and I'm gonna put the cover on there, and then I've got a chapter index. I did a nice little workaround in WordPress that got the chapter index to actually be in chronological order instead of like most recently updated, because WordPress is a blog not necessarily meant for serializing stories. But I'm very pleased with myself because I figured out how to do a workaround in the CSS in the back of WordPress, and then I came inside and yelled at my mom, I made WordPress do what I wanted. I had originally just put the old artwork I did for this story in as a placeholder image, but the more I look at it, the more I realize I don't really know why I didn't like this cover. I think I was remembering it in my brain as somehow different. I think this fits the story really well, even though it's a scene from the second book instead of the first. It fits the story really well, and it's got the right vibe and the right tone. So I don't even think I'm going to redo a cover this month like I originally planned. I'm going to use this. This is going to be great. I'm going to put some text on it. It's going to look like this. So the cover is done from previously. I just did some tweaks on it. The website is mostly done. Like I mentioned, I'm almost 20,000 words into book 2. I'm going to finish it the next day or two. So I'm going to end the vlog here, and we're going to move on to next week, which will be finishing up book 2, editing book 1 again, probably starting a little bit on book 3, and most excitingly, posting the first few chapters. I'm definitely to the point now where I'm very excited, but also kind of like, people are gonna read my stuff, and it's the internet, so people are gonna comment on my stuff. Nothing like a good old little bit of writerly panic for the holiday season. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, please give it a subscribe if you enjoyed. It really helps out my channel. You can read my short story collection on Kindle Unlimited and in paperback, quite obviously. Part 3 will be coming very, very soon, so I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!